Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your man AD. Let's get right into these stories. So first things first, 6ix9ine has a message for Lil Durk in new visuals for his song Gine. 6ix9ine sent subliminal shots towards Lil Durk in his new single. Midway through the video, 6ix9ine snuck in the statement, "Slide for Vaughn," a message telling Lil Durk to avenge the death of King Von, who was fatally shot in November 2020. Your man got shot, you made a diss track. Go get a gun and get some get back. Your man got shot, he not coming back. Go get a gun and get some get back. Ahead of the song's release, 6ix9ine took to Instagram calling himself the King of New York. 6ix9ine and Fabio Foreign traded shots over who's the King of New York after Fabio Foreign seemingly corrected 6ix9ine's claim of being the King of New York. 6ix9ine responded on social media by bringing up the death of Fabio's friend, T.Woo. 5 billboards in Times Square, top 5 songs in New York on Apple at once, and articles in both Daily News and New York Times. Don't ever let that ant say he's the king of this city, Fabio tweeted. 6ix9ine was quick to jump into the comment section of a post by academics saying, didn't his best friend just get shot in the head a month ago? He worried about billboards in Times Square, referring to the death of T.Woo, who was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting in Brooklyn, New York back in February. 6ix9ine later took to Instagram to celebrate the release, calling himself the King of New York again, after Act posted the projected numbers for Fabio's new album, Bible, released last week with the caption, Big W or Big L. 6ix9ine quickly took to the comments to answer the question, saying, this y'all king? Not blackballed, all those features, the whole industry promoted that, and now you, Kanye, and Nicki's sidekick, even though they tried to help you promote. On Sunday, Fabio hopped on Instagram Live with a message that appeared to be in direct response to 6ix9ine about the success of his new album. In the video, Fabio presented his definition of what being considered the King of New York means to him, saying,
but you know, I'm gonna tell you what determines the King of New York?
What's up, bro?
Right? If numbers and things like that, and views, and like determine the King of New York, and guess what? Who you know who would be King of New York? Hov would be the King of New York. Niggas like Biggie Smalls would be the King of New York. Niggas like that, but guess what? Numbers don't determine the King of New York.
He continued, you know what determines the King of New York? How many people want to follow you? How many people want to wear their hairstyle like you? How many people want to be around you? How much people fuck with you? You know what I'm saying? The kingdom got to fuck with you in order for you to be king, buddy. After I do this, I go home and I feed my cats, said the self-proclaimed King of New York. You know what cats eat? Mice. In its first week, the project moved approximately 29,000 total album equivalent units, debuting at number 9 on the Billboard 200 chart. My debut album is number 9 on Billboard. That's in the whole world. From where I came from, that's a win. So it's very interesting to me because I've been waiting for a couple of years now to see what the 6ix9ine comeback was gonna look like. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to report on it and that maybe we could just touch on it on the No Jumper Show live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. But here we are. There's not a lot else to talk about. I refuse to put Benzino and Coi Leray in the thumbnail. So we're talking about 6ix9ine. Just for the record, I think that this is kind of a mind-blowing return because he seems to have found another crew of, impressionable young Brooklyn hoodlums to run around with and act tough on his behalf. I don't know where these dudes came from. I was asking around a little bit. I guess they're from Bushwick. But before he was rolling around with like a very certified gang, we all knew exactly who the dudes he was kicking it with were. Now, I'm not so sure. He's pushing the fuck out of an energy drink and an NFT collection. And he's trying to convince everybody about how tough he is. I don't really think this is gonna work because I don't really think Fabio Foreign's fans are looking at 6ix9ine and thinking like, oh, who's tougher, who's cooler, Fabio Foreign or 6ix9ine? I think 6ix9ine's out of the cool, tough guy conversation. I don't think anybody's looking at Durk thinking, oh, look, what are you gonna say? He told you to slide for Vaughn, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think anybody is taking this serious. And I think the overall lack of media attention that this is getting kind of proves my point.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is a shitty news day. We got to talk about this. But just like you said, even the guys that he's running around with, I mean, I just seen a clip of when they said they don't want to be gangsters. They're just stand-up men. You know what I'm saying? It's just clear as day. Even, you know what I'm saying? I watched the video, and I'm going to keep it 100. I watched the video, and I was like, damn, it looked like an attempt to look hood, but nobody from the hood was around, and the niggas he got around him, everybody looked like they afraid there's a target on their back. Like, they look, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy. But I don't even know why, like, Fabio would even feed into this. Like, you know, this is the tactic that he does, and at the end of the day, it's just tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, me personally, I see that shit, it don't fucking bother me. I just keep going about the day and shit, and
a lot of rappers are using this moment of 6ix9ine coming out and mentioning certain people. They're kind of using this as an opportunity to get some attention. I'm not going to say who, but I've noticed multiple rappers out
Somebody's trying to get attention from. They trying to get some clout off of 6ix9ine.
They're using the moment and the fact that 6ix9ine is out here. They're using that to try to get some attention for their projects. I'm not going to say who, but I've seen multiple different rappers or respectable rappers. The people looking at them as gangsters, etc., buying posts on various Instagram pages, wanting to promote the fact that they maybe diss 6ix9ine in a verse or whatever. And you know, I'm not totally against it because the reality is that he does still have a big fan base. Apparently, we don't know how many of them are robots or what, but you know, there's a certain number of people that might go check out a new album from so and so. The 504 album, I mean, we'll never know how many people checked it out just to see. I don't know, the 6ix9ine beef or whatever. I don't think Fabio Foreign actually said anything about him on his project or whatever, but you know, you can't blame somebody in this cutthroat era for using whatever they can to get a little more attention on their project. So I can't really blame the dudes out here.
But see, if gangsters is really doing that, then you're just fueling, you know what I'm saying? The reign of him. And you know, if everybody stick to what they said after what he did, ignore the nigga, you feel me? It'd be a whole different story. And so if somebody is paying, and that's crazy you said that, if somebody is paying to get clout off of him, y'all just helping this nigga out. And if I was him, go ahead and run with that shit.
But the thing about all of it that kind of gets lost is that when you look at all of his videos that he's released since he got released from prison, I think the first one got like 1 billion views, and then the next one's at like 500 million, and then the next one's at 200 million, and the next one's at 100 million, and then that's when he stopped putting out music, was when it started to dip into like, oh, you're gonna put out a video and it's gonna get like 40 million. Now,
damn it.
Fucking fly, yeah. But those numbers are crazy for a normal rapper, but I'm pretty sure that you're continuing to see this slide into irrelevance. So he might be bragging about numbers, but I mean, the clear sign is that his fan base is losing interest as well as the general populace.
I'm gonna keep it G. He's never gonna be irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to have a fan base of people who just like the music. They don't give a fuck about the acting shit like that. But when you call yourself the king of New York, just like Fabio said, the people have to call you the king. And hip hop is ran off of streets, morals, principles. You broke those principles, people will never call you the king of New York. It's never gonna happen. It is what it is. Keep doing your music. Support your family, do whatever the fuck you gotta do. But jumping into this hip hop game, you will never be respected again in hip hop. No matter who you do a song with, no matter how much money they pay, fuck it. Go take the Latin route and go win. Go do what you gotta do.
And the crazy shit about it to me is just that he's had all these years to think of something new, and he just keeps landing on the same shit. The music sounds the fucking same as it used to sound. He's going right back to the same thing that made him popping in the first place, which was, oh, I'm gonna go stand around a big crew of dudes so it looks like I'm really from this gang or whatever.
Stand-up guys.
He's doing the same thing that he did before. It's like, I thought that by taking 2 years off, he might have been able to think of a new thing, because I do feel like his fan base would be willing to accept him diverging from doing the same thing over and over and over. To me, it just shows like a massive lack of creativity that he can't think of a new way to get people to pay attention to him. He's just got to do the same thing he was doing before, but worse. Instead of the 9 Trey Bloods, it's some random guys he found at the liquor store. Here's what it is.
Hey, you need to make stand-up guy shirts.
For sure.
Be a stand-up guy, man. The gangster shit is over.
All I want to know is what life looks like for all those dudes who are rolling around with him when they're not rolling around with him.
Hey, bro, but that's the thing, bro. Like, now you can do that. People can do that. And, you know, if people are not taking that shit serious in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I would hate for one of those stand-up guys to be a casualty off of just, you know.
But the thing is that the Bloods might not be motivated to kill 6ix9ine because he's got security around him, and it's like a situation where you're clearly going to get locked up or you're going to catch a case over it. But those other dudes who are likely to just be kicking it at the liquor store at some point, I don't know. They ought to be careful.
I better stand out the way.
And we also just want to say rest in peace, DJ K. Slay, who passed away at 55. The New York City hip-hop legend and graffiti artist DJ K. Slay died on Easter Sunday at 55 after a severe 4-month battle with COVID-19. A week before his death, Wack 100 had revealed on Instagram that the musician was still fighting and needed all the prayers he could get. He'd been off the ECMO machine for a couple of weeks now. Let's continue our prayers as our brother continues to fight. From me, AD, and the whole Rest in No Jumper, rest in peace, K. Slay. Legend.
Drama King.
YouTube, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be back real soon. Appreciate y'all.